Hell is winter. And winter's here to ravage all of us.
Just when we thought things couldn't get worse on 1923, the Yellowstone spinoff is of course proving us all wrong. The blizzard Jacob and Kara Dutton feared was coming is here, and by the end of the episode, there are several characters who are beyond being in a tough spot. There's a reason this episode is titled The Rapist is Winter, so let's get into it. Season 2, Episode 2. I'm Anna Rumor, and this is Pop Culture Social Call. We kick off the episode with our villainous Donald Whitfield and Banner Crichton, the latter of whom gets some bad news that his whole flock of sheep, the whole reason he's in the war with the Duttons, have died of an illness.
And all it took was a worm to destroy everything you fought for.
The only person having a good time, as per usual, is Whitfield, who sees dollar signs when he learns about skiing from Norwegian miners.
The one thing you cannot buy in a store is the euphoria of peril. The exhilaration of danger. I can sell that for a fortune.
Meanwhile, Jacob Dutton is attempting to intercede on Zane and Alice's miscegenation case, begging the judge to let them be remitted to his custody to live on the ranch. Now, the judge is less than sympathetic to his cause, though. I mean, he calls Zane and Alice's kids mongrels, so Jacob has to play a little hardball.
This is about as far as I care to be pushed. Oh, my.
In Prohibition times, that's a checkmate, and the judge hands over the family to Jacob's care. I'd say Zane is getting a happy ending here, but he sustained serious injuries defending his family. Things are not looking good for him before the blizzard sets in, and then it just looks kind of hopeless. Elizabeth is also tiring of her Montana life as she gets bitten by a wolf while she's out collecting eggs. She probably doesn't have rabies, but what she does have after the wolf and the mountain lion and the blizzard is a serious case of get me out of here.
I love him, but this isn't living. This is surviving. Barely at that. When storm passes, I'm going home.
Alex is having a similar feeling as her ship hits a major storm on her way to America, but she is determined to find her husband Spencer before this baby comes, so she keeps going. Too bad Spencer's in a new spot of trouble after he and Luca land in Texas and connect with Luca's cousin Maceo, who wants to thank Spencer for saving Luca's life by getting him involved with the mob. Spencer tries to leave, but that's not really how the mob works.
You're lucky he wants you alive.
Instead, he is now a bootlegger, smuggling whiskey to Fort Worth in exchange for a car. It's not really a bad deal, though. Montana is really far from Texas. And speaking of Texas, Tiana and Pete return to camp the next morning after their little excursion to tell her father that they saw a cowboy, and they're in the Lone Star State. Runza's horse is taken aback to learn they're no longer on reservation land, and he is off to try and find the rancher who owns it and tells Tiana and Pete to stay hidden. And honestly, they should be doing that anyways because Father Renaud and his marshals are still looking for Tiana, and he's bringing in the local U.S. Marshal Mamie Fawcett to help search. She agrees to keep an eye out, but she also warns the crew to tread lightly in Comanche lands, which they initially scoff at until they get attacked that night and Father Renaud has to kill someone. I would say that's gotta go against some kind of commandment, but that's never stopped him before. We end this episode on an intense note back on the ranch when Kara hears a scream in the middle of the night and finds a wolf eating Dr. Miller's nurse. And we close with this. Now, Wolf versus Kara Dutton. I'm betting on Kara every time, but I don't know, I could be wrong. What do you think is gonna happen? Let me know in the comment section. Like and subscribe while you're there. Then head over to popculture.com for the latest entertainment news. Until next time, I'm Anna Rumor, and this is Pop Culture Social Call.